What's going on, guys? Today we're gonna do a stainless fit. Well, the fit is kind of fucked up. Just remember that whenever you're using carbon rollers, you have to put. I put some aluminum tape on there because supposedly the stainless steel cannot touch the carbon because it gets contaminated. So before you weld it, just make sure everything's square, because remember, once you buy it, once you touch it, once you strike an arc, that's it, it's yours. They will call it. So if it's not square, you can't blame the fitter after that. So I'm gonna purge it, and I like to put a little window right there. I like to put a clear lens, that way I can see the root if it's penetrating good. Now this pipe, it's like I said, it was a rework. They had to cut the pipe, so we're reworking it. And one side it was 1/8 of a gap, eighth of an inch gap, and then on the other side it was like a 1/4 inch. So you got to be careful with that, and always make sure you have your stainless steel wire wheel. Be careful with the wire wheel, man. That will bust your eye if you don't wear any protection. So just don't, just be careful, guys. We're gonna tape it up, we're gonna perch it, make sure all the air comes out, and we have nothing but argon inside. This is what I like to do. I like to put a tick filter inside on the. It's better if you put a filter instead of just leaving it like that, like the hose like that. And look at the grinding. Look at that. Like I said, this was a rework. It has high low, because it's not high low, but that they grinded it too much whenever they grind the cap from the other cut, because that flange, they had to say the flange. So we're gonna rework it, and we're gonna see if we can put the root on it, since it's really messed up. But all right, just like I said, make sure you got everything stainless. You can't use no carbon steel. All right, guys, we're gonna start welding it. I'm using 332 rods right there on this side. This is the small gap, which is 1/8, and I'm using 85 amps on the machine. I'm using the dipping technique. You can see it on the other video that I have. That's a really good technique. I know I said you can burn it like carbon steel. You can, yes, you can. But if you're gonna go to a test, you want a decent, uniform, very presentable root, I suggest you dip it. If you want production, just run it like carbon, straight up. There's a tip that I like to do, and I'm gonna mention it right now. Whenever I stop, I'll always like to leave the rod inside. Why? You'll see why right now. Every time you stop and you pull out the rod, you're gonna get sugar on the tip of the rod, and you don't want that, because that's contamination. And then you're gonna have an ugly start. You're gonna have a hard time trying to start it. It's not a hard time, but I mean, you want something clean. So if you leave the rod in the inside, you will be able to. You don't have to cut it. You don't have to do anything to the rod, because it's gonna be like if it was perch. There's another thing that I want to say, guys. A lot of people ask me, why don't you do the videos? Why don't you weld? Why don't you do this? I mean, I wish I could do them all. I know, thank God, I've been in this industry. I have experience of doing anything that has to do with welding. I'm really good at it. Not that good, but I'm not that bad. The only reason I don't record the videos, I mean, I don't come out welding on the videos, is because I don't have someone who's gonna record me. So whenever I invite somebody, it's because I like to get the shots, like what you really want to see, But I'm gonna try to make more videos myself. On this one, it's not gonna come out on this one, but I did a cap and position, a 316L cap on position uphill for the next one. The reason I always leave the rod inside. I don't know if you guys saw it right now, but whenever I was done welding it, I left it inside. It's because If you pull out, if you take it off, if you take off the rod real quick and then turn off the torch, all this shit is gonna be like sugary, like black. So the reason I leave, like I always take out the torch and leave the rod inside is so I have a clean start, because as you can see, it's kind of like it perches the rod. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Try to zoom it in and then click on there. See, it's like perch. Now if you don't leave it inside, it's gonna look like fucking sugary. Welding, and we're doing the same. We're doing the same technique, side to side, same amps, still dipping it. To be honest, I'm doing it freehand. I like to do it freehand. I am rolling this pipe, as you seen on the, I don't know if you saw the bully or not, but I am rolling this pipe. That's a good thing about the shops. Whenever you're working or doing side jobs at a shop, whenever they call you like, hey, can you come help us out, and then you go and do the work, they almost all of them have what's it called, bullies. So let's say out of 10 wells, you're gonna roll out 9 and you're gonna have 1 in position, which is really good, because in the shop it's all about production and quality. Out there it's like if you're in the refineries, and then that fit where, like if you're fitting in the rack, you're gonna weld on the rack. That's however the fit it is, that's however finish weld. Like whenever you're done welding, if it's kind of, it has a dog leg like that, whatever they call it, it's just gonna stay like that. There's nothing you can do about it. I worked at this shop like 4 years ago, and then right now, since there's no work of pipeline, and it's kind of slow everywhere, I call them back, and they say, yeah, come in, go ahead, and come help us out. And that's why I'm here. I'm not perfect, so this is a rollout. It should come out good, right? But sometimes it gives you fucked up fits. Like right now, look at the gap right there. So I was using the 332. It looks like I'm gonna use 1.8 now. It is kind of big. Like I said, it's not gonna come out perfect because it's a rework. It's a rework, but we'll try to do as best as we can. That way, this piece can come out good. All right, okay, well, we welding with 1/8 rod, 316. We're running at 90 amps. I'm doing the same technique, side to side, dipping it. To be honest, the gap is too wide, so I only have the rod on top, because I don't want to have too much penetration. You guys be careful with the penetration, especially whenever you have a big gap, because you can get a heavy ass root on the inside, and you don't want that. So just be careful with that. Slowly, take your time. If you think 90 is too hot for you, drop it down a little bit. Alright, that's another thing I want to add here. So as you can see, it all depends on the gap, right? So whenever it's really close, when the gap is really close, I always backfit it. When the gap is open, I always put it like on top. I never put it on the inside, because if not, it's gonna have a heavy ass root. And you don't want that, because they will reject it. Or with the QC is an asshole. But yeah, so just be careful with that. And you don't always have to backfit it. You can always, if it's too open, just put it on top, and it'll just, gravity is gonna do its work. Heavy ass hook. think I already have a heavy axle, so I don't want to make it more heavy than what it is. Remember, always leave the rod inside. That way it can come out like this. Look. Okay, after this one, I just got this tack left, this bridge tack left. So I'm just gonna cut it. I'm not gonna put anything like the tape. A lot of people put the tape here and then just walk 1 inch. I'm not gonna do that shit. We should put hose on the other side and lower down your perch. I already got the hose since the beginning. That's the way I do it. And then everybody has different ways. You can just add 2 more holes if you want. And then you should be good. But you gotta lower down your perch. And you gotta the heat, you gotta put it up at least 5 more. I have a wide on my perch. It doesn't have a meter because I have a wide. I already know how much I have to put, but if you got 20 on your perch, just bring it down to 8 or 10. And like I said, put 5 more amps, and you should be good to go. Since I'm not gonna put 5 more amps because right now I was welding on 1/8 rod. I was welding at 90. I'm gonna do it with 332s. So I think it should be good on the heat. But if you're gonna use 1/8, just put 5 amps more. Some people might say, why you put the hose on the flange? Oh, the reason I put the hose on the flange is because you don't want to build pressure on the argon. Remember, you got argon inside the pipe. If you build pressure, the argon is not gonna let you close it. Now, what I did right there, like I said, I had a Y, and I have to lower down the pressure on the argon. If you're running with the meter, and if you're running 30 on the perch, I suggest you drop it down to 10 or 8. That way you can, and then poke the holes on the end. That way you can release the pressure through there, and it will let you close it. Because if you have too much pressure, one of them is not gonna let you close it, and the other thing, it might get you like sucked back because it's pushing it up. So, and that's not gonna be passable. So just be careful with that. The pressure on the argon, and remember to put 5 more amps or 10 more amps, and whatever is needed for you to close the pipe, and you won't have any suck back. So be careful with that. Like I said, it wasn't a perfect fit, but it's penetrated all the way around. Got a heavy spot right there, and this guys, I got high-low on here. I know that for sure. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it is gonna pass. Always make sure to have a perfect fit. That way you can do a perfect route. We started with the 1/8 gap, and then we ended up with the 1/4 gap on the other side. Like I said, shit is always gonna come up. It's not always gonna come up perfect. You can't be an asshole to your fitter. If the fitter is your friend, you gotta help him out just in case if he fucked it up. But we'll be able to make it work. All right, I grind it all the way around because I always like to grind it. Some people don't grind. I do. Like I said, this was look at the bill and shit. That's fine. We'll make it work. Say we're all here to do the same thing. We're all here to be we gotta work as a team, and sometimes shit like this is gonna happen, and that's what we're here, man, to help out each other and then just try to make it work, because we all got the same goal. At the end of the day, we're finishing. We'll go back to our families. I grind my root already. I'm gonna run the hot pass, and I like to run my hot pass at 1/8 rod at 167, 175. I like it hot because that way, if something let's say it didn't burn the walls on the inside, it will burn it with the hot pass. I don't want to have a lack of fusion on the x-ray and bust it. All right, on this one, I'm walking the cup. I'm running at 165 if I'm not mistaken, and that's what I said. It is different on a position weld. You can't run. You can, but I mean, you're gonna be hauling ass, and you don't want that because you might get sucked back. On a position on a rollout weld, everything's different. You can put more amps. You can everything can come out more perfect than a position weld. Like I said, I'm running at that much heat, but it's because I'm doing a rollout. But if I was doing like a position weld, I will be running like around 135 to 140 because I don't want to, just to play it safe. And I'm just here walking the cup. I just wanted to touch that because a lot of people would be like, okay, let's run it at 165, but they don't know that I'm doing a rollout. So be careful with that, guys. We're gonna keep walking the cup. Like I said, we're using 1/8 rod. It's so easy with the rollout. Whenever you're at a shop, like I was saying, whenever you're at a shop, it's a lot about production and quality. So everything's much easier. Yeah, you're gonna get like maybe 1, 2, 3 welds of position weld, but out of 20, so that's good. We're running the same heat, same technique. I'm walking it right here. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm doing the same thing as other viewers, as other people, as normal people. I did this video mainly because, like I said, there's gonna be some bad fits everywhere you go. It's not always gonna be perfect, but that's why I did this video, so I can show you guys how can we do it, or what can you do, what tricks and tips you can do. That way you can try to make it good, because I know sometimes it's really hard to do it, like whenever I had the quarter gap, but I mean, shit happens. Just try to be humble, try to be your best. I couldn't finish this weld because they sent me to do a position weld, but this mainly was about the root, so that's the other weld that I did in position. So I hope you guys liked the video, and stay tuned for the next one. Yeah, guys, stay safe.